Greetings interwebs, it's Jackie K, and welcome for some more Go Battle League. As soon as I get this thing plugged back in. You know what, I was meaning to frickin' do... Now I'm just realizing there was something I could have frickin' done to see if it would help with the phone staying in issue. But guess who forgot to do it, despite telling himself to do it several times over? Yours truly, yes indeed. Anyways, let's try this again. Greetings interwebs, it's Jackie K, welcome for another GBL goodness. I don't know, I just haven't really been too in the heat of Go Battle League lately. It's not that I don't... Not like I was looking forward to finally getting Specialized Cup, because I mean, like, Retro Cup was okay, and we did get greatly remixed, but I think a big problem this season was just that they felt too, is generic a good term? Despite the fact that they were Specialized Cup, they still felt very similar to normal Great League. And I think, like I said on Twitter before, like, a big thing that just really kept me from really enjoying Great League Remix in particular was that it just felt like all of the Great League meta that I like to use wasn't available, and all of the Great League meta that I don't like to use, or things I just don't enjoy facing up against, was available to use. So I guess that goes to show my battle style. Mine are like super generic or going for ultra spice. So to that extent, it's kind of why I felt like the Retro Cup was a little bit better, because like at least like it did feel like there was still a lot of things, especially even more of the psychic types that already feel overused in GBL, and stuff that are really good, like Defense Form Deoxys. But it just felt, there's just something about it that felt a little more unique. And I'm kind of just looking forward to the next season when we get Specialized Cups that actually feel special. I know I'm looking forward to that at the very least. Wait, is that my last shield already? I don't even remember shielding with Wigglytuff before. Well, guess who's just really screwed up that matchup? And like, I don't know, from my experience, this team felt like it was okay. Like, I've gotten a few positive sets with it, but I'm just not really vibing with it at the moment. And what is Seagulls, and what hit me, and I should really pay more attention. Yeah, if you say so, Swampy, this honestly feels like the most exciting. I just got done rambling that this feels like the most exciting cup that we've gotten for GBL. I guess it's not saying too much, because at least there was different Pokemon in Kanto Cup compared to Great League Remix and Retro Cup. I guess Retro Cup was a little bit more. But yeah, I can definitely imagine if you don't enjoy Kanto Cup, this isn't going to be your season to do so. It's probably like, it probably also helps that it's probably been a couple weeks since I last touched GBL. Congrats on hitting level 39. Just need to get to 40 before Gold Fest. Oh, and farm XL candy for G-Fish and Umbreon. I was gonna say, like, you don't have to be maxed in level in order to get Candy XL, but then, like, I reread that as 39. For some reason, I was rereading it as 49 or something crazy like that. I think half my problem here is that I'm not being generous enough with my shields. I feel like I'm only gonna win this one just because I have a better... My team is... Compared to this team, my team's better. That's at least the impression I get. Time can definitely still change. So I'm actually impressed, like, we're unranked anymore, so I guess anything goes, and that's why I'm running into more of them. But I'm surprised how many Zapdos in particular I've been running into this season. Anyways, best of luck with that go about with that level 40 hunt, at least you still got a month or two. But man, that experience grind for those higher ranks could take a little bit. At least like maybe it won't be so bad because it feels like they've been handing out experience like candy lately. Like I feel like this upcoming weekend's gonna be the third time in a row that they've had like ×3 experience in like the past couple months. And we're not even counting GBL Community Day or some of the other. I'm sure they'll do something for GoFest too. They definitely haven't announced it, so we can't say for sure, but it might be like just a little bonus that they throw in for like one of those, what's it called, the teams thing? How did they get 5 million before? I'm scared, but I'm gonna gain like maybe 1 million from GBL Community Day and 4 times from the Verizon thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like the Verizon thing in particular, like it's freaking nuts. I think like, granted you do have to have the ticket, but I think it's the first time they've ever given us ×4 of anything, let alone experience. And I mean, even if you don't have the ticket though, ×3 experience isn't anything to sneeze at either, so there's definitely a lot of good stuff to look forward to this weekend. It's kind of weird because I was thinking of taking it to be I have to make this a more casual weekend because I'm going to be out going as hard as I can for GBL Community Day. So I try to like limit myself from having two weeks in a row where I have an all-out day. So we'll see how it goes. Like, there's some other things I was gonna knock out of the way. It's for 40 hours, so much experience. Oh, you're talking about GoFest. No, now you got. Wait, are you talking about GoFest or the upcoming weekend event? Because I think the weekend event, the ×4 experience, is just for the Saturday. I'll have to double check my sources when I'm done doing these sets, but I was pretty confident that like a lot of the bonuses were just for Saturday, and the only exceptions were like the trading distance. That trading distance is for the whole weekend, and all the extra gifts you can open is for the entire weekend. I think the stuff tied to the Verizon event is just for this Saturday. No, not GoFest, the Verizon event. Yeah. So I did manage to get myself back on the right track on that. But even then, like, even if it is just one day, it feels, I gotta double check, it feels like it's for the entire, I was under the impression it's for the entire day. It's definitely, like, as long as the GoFest, if not longer. Even if it was just one day. Yeah, you're still saying Sunday and Sunday, which I assume you mean Saturday and Sunday. Which would be cool if it was, because, like, anytime that they do a weekend event on Saturday and Sunday, I feel like it's the best of both worlds. Because honestly, like, a lot of times Saturdays work better for me for events, but I know a couple friends that Sunday works better for them for events. So, I always feel bad when we get something cool like a community day or something on a Saturday, because I know that they'll miss out on it. Anyways, how am I, like, doing halfway decent without paying any attention to what I'm doing? And, like, Snorlax doesn't seem like a formidable enough foe. Like, typically you see it in more of the Ultra League stuff, but I guess with Kanto Cup, it makes it a little easier to actually, like, get in some of the higher leagues. 1 million EXP waiting for me, then GBL Community Day. Yeah. That's what I mean, like, I'm kind of wondering what's going on in those Niantic board meetings, because it really seems like they've been pushing experience lately. Makes me wonder if they're just, like, trying to get us up as high in level as possible for something coming up. I would assume, my first thought is, like, maybe they're trying to get as many people to level 40 as possible so they can take advantage of the Candy XL. But that was kind of like what they did, like, last year, like, that whole big push to get everyone up to level 40 before the end of 2020. So, your guess is as good as mine of what's going on in Niantic's end. I just know that something's up. And I don't know, like, I think a part of the reason why I haven't used Alolan Marowak in so long is because I do have Alolan Marowaks that have the Shadow Bone move, but like I don't know, their IV spreads just weren't as impressive to me as Halloweeny, and I just haven't been able to justify the candy or the elite charge TM. It's not like I have elite charge TMs to spare. I definitely do, but it's just like the hoarding effect where like they're rare enough that like you really makes you overthink every time you want to use one. And I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of Alolan Marowak. I'm just not as big of a Alolan Marowak fan as a lot of other people I know. You couldn't get there last year, but I quit when I was bored. Right now, I got more into it. Well, it's good to hear that like things changed with the game that made it more interesting to you. Yeah. No idea what's going on with Niantic and all the experience events, but I'm certainly not complaining. Because, oh boy, I think I'm finally at the point where I have to start caring about experience myself. Like, you might have, like, saw a snippet depending on when you came in. Oh, shoot. Silly Jackie K, you gotta tap the button if you want to actually win the Pokemons. But yeah, I think I'm, like, at level 47 now, and I'm finally at the point where I need to earn more experience before hitting the next level. Which is fine, because, like, I'm still working my way through those tasks. But that just means that it's gonna be even more of a grind for the next level. And it just kind of stinks. Like, I'm not sure about you, but I've never really been a huge fan of grinding experience. Like, there's just something about experience that doesn't feel as rewarding as, like, say, Stardust. Even when I obviously need it, it just doesn't click with me the same way Stardust does. Kind of just like, it's literally like a points, with experience, kind of like a points thing, and you don't get any extra use out of it. Meanwhile, Stardust, you can use it on one Pokemon or another, and like, it's just expendable. Meanwhile, experience is permanent, but you still just feel like it just, maybe because it's expendable, it feels more valuable. And I guess it's also kind of just like, I was never a fan of like the post 40, like the times 40, and etc. that people used to do before they bumped the level up to 50. Something just about all that doesn't click with me. So once I hit level 40, I stopped caring about experience. If like the stars aligned and I was like out during an experience heavy event anyways, I might care a little, but it's still a bit of a factor of, I guess like the ways you earned experience in the past two kind of scar me. Like, scar is too strong of a word, but I did not enjoy a lot of the ways you earned experience. They weren't as fun as the ways you earned Stardust. So, like, evolution parties were a huge thing for the early game players for a while, and that was pretty much the most boring thing you could do in Pokemon Go. Not a huge fan of, like, friendship coordination is like the other big thing that people that used to been involved with getting experience, and like it's just, I'm already hesitant to add friends to Pokemon Go, and the concept of like eventually I'm gonna hit best friends with them, and I'm gonna have to like go out on my way to chat with them and coordinate a time frame that we can both use a lucky egg at the same time and get the experience that way. That actually intimidates me a lot actually. Because I'm maybe it's like an OCD singer or something, but I definitely get overwhelmed just seeing like pop-up notifications of, hey, you got blank new messages, several DMs on Discord, and that's kind of why I like turn off notifications on Twitter, because I would be a complete wreck if I had them on. I only have it on for Discord because like I do coordinate with people. I coordinate raids in a couple Discords, or a lot of them are Patreon exclusive Discords for podcasts that I'm in and all that. Anyways, I'll get to your question in a sec, Swampy. But since I'm recording this for YouTube as well, I might as well just like get our Pokemon price. And hey, we haven't seen a Medicham in a while. Definitely won't complain about the free Candy XL on that thing. And it just feels like in the past, like I was getting so many of like the technically more rare Pokemon, but ones I weren't interested in. then maybe like the Pokemon prize pool kind of felt a little underwhelming for me at the end. They got a good idea going on, and like I forget where they announced it, but I've seen some graphics on things coming up for the upcoming season. I'm kind of a little worried that it won't be as good of a prize pool as this particular one. Anyways, I got the meta chance, so let me get started on another set. Just hit the button. I guess it doesn't matter because our rank's not gonna go up anymore.